Hello, my YouTube fans. Now, I'm going to have a bit of a rant. And this rant is regarding professionals and anti-tiers. I've seen a lot of anti-tier sentiment on YouTube lately. And, quite frankly, I find it sad. I mean, professionals really do not deserve to be, made fun of like this. Alright. I notice a lot of people seem to think that professionals are mindless machines, fear-sucking, fun-sucking killjoys out to make Melee into a game solely about winning. This isn't true, and I find it offensive that people think that. I'm going to make this bit of a rant in the defense of professionals and the tier list in general. Now, a lot of people don't understand what the tier list is. Well, first I'll explain professionals. There are two types of people. There's the casual gamer. This gamer plays to enjoy the game, doesn't really care about being the best. Sure, he cares about winning, but he doesn't care about really being the best. This person generally does not experience the weight of the tier list. Then there's the professional. The professional enjoys, playing to the best of his ability. He finds enjoyment out of just being the best that he can possibly be, playing his game to its fullest. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's great. It's not that they want to suck all fun out of the game. It's not that they think it's more about winning than about fun. They find it fun to play at this competitive level. It's like people who play professional football. These are professional smashers. The no items thing. It's not something being imposed. It's unanimously agreed by all of them. There's no conflict. So none of them think there should be items. There's not a single professional smasher I've heard of who has complained about the no items thing. Alright. So here's the next thing. Now, to assist with their attempt to play the game to its fullest and be the best, they've ranked the characters from best to worst. And this was not a matter of blind personal opinion or anything. This came through rigorous testing. They've tested it they've tested all the characters, they've tested every metagame, they've seen who wins in tournaments most because of the advanced tactics. They see which characters hamper a player's true ultimate skill and which characters are the best. And the tier list, they have no intention of imposing this on anyone. In fact, it doesn't even affect casual gamers at all. Because, the game is essentially balanced until you reach a certain level. Okay, if you think, I've heard comments like, I rock as Yoshi, tiers don't exist. It's like, okay, you rock as Yoshi. Hey, search Mewtwo King on YouTube. Do you rock that much as Yoshi? Yeah, that's the thing. See, the tier list does not affect you until you reach the level where you use a lot of advanced techniques that the creators of the game did not account for. The game is essential. Let me explain it like this. Alright, well, all the characters are essentially balanced superficially. Like, a certain amount of strength is balanced with a certain level of speed. They're all evened out pretty much. However, let's say in Melee, let's say some people had larger air dodge distances than others, which they do. When wave dashing was discovered, and its applications were discovered, air dodging distance suddenly became a lot more useful, and thus the characters with more effective air dodges and could make longer wave dashes became better. And it's the same with every advanced technique. Whenever an advanced technique is discovered, those who can utilize it the best become better. And thus the tier list has merit. Does that make sense? See, superficially, they're the same. And this is when you haven't reached the competitive level. Like, when you wave dash, you're not L canceling, you're not teching, you're not Ken comboing, you're not, stuff like that. Now, one of the most horrific strawman I've ever seen is the no items Fox only Final Destination. Now, that's just horrible. Okay, first of all, no professional would ever demand that you play as Fox. It never, ever, ever happens. Ever. It's the fact that they deem Fox to be the best character says nothing about about if they impose it on people or not. And as I've explained before, the no items is unanimously agreed. They're not imposing it on anyone. And Final Destination? Hell, a lot of Smashers believe that isn't the most fair stage because it's a flat surface. People with projectiles have a huge advantage. It's a disadvantage to people like Marth. Yeah, so that's pretty inaccurate there. Also, the same video as that, the guy also did another video where he made fun of the tier list as if tiers take the fun out of the game. They don't. Honestly, they exist. It's impossible to perfectly balance a game, and denying it by claiming adverse consequences is just childish. And now, I'd also like to point out that same guy in his Tears Over Queers video, he said Yoshi was the worst character. He read the bottom tier rankings backwards, and I couldn't stop laughing. I seriously couldn't. It was just too hilarious. It also made it clear that this guy, one of the most influential anti-tiers I've ever seen, knows nothing about what he's arguing against. He's clearly, if he thinks that professionals think Yoshi is the worst character, if he thinks that, he's never met one. He's never experienced the kind of actions that he claims happens regularly with professionals. He claims professionals to be such evil, horrible, fun-sucking, killjoy people, and he's never even met one or knows what they act like. It's offensive to the highest degree. And it's sad that so many people support him. And they're saying, hey, Level Up is just a joke. Yes, but he's using that joke to convey a message that he actually believes in. And that doesn't make it right that it's a joke. Alright. Now, let's see what else. So, these so-called turnitards are not out to get anyone. They're not out to suck the fun out of the game. I've seen things like turnitards don't deserve brawl and don't let the tier list corrupt brawl, and guys, it will happen. You can ignore it if you want. In fact, it probably won't affect you whatsoever until you, once again, search Mewtwo King. Until you reach that skill level, the tier ranking of your character will not hamper you that much. So I guess my point is, professionals have done nothing to you, so don't be so harsh on them.